Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Data Kitchen. I'm here today with my co-star, Chef Laurent Dresse from DataGalaxy. My name is Kate Strachnyi from DATAcated, and today we are both welcoming you into our collective kitchens to cook a meal and talk about how cooking can relate to data governance. And before we begin, I just want to say hello to everybody who's joining us. Let you know that we have some fun giveaways going on today. I'll tell you a bit about that in a minute. I want to make sure that you'll feel encouraged and welcome to chat with us in the comments. This is a live interaction, so wherever you're tuning in from, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, we're streaming to all those platforms. Type in the comments any comments you have, any questions you have, and we will try to engage with as many of you as possible. Chef Laurent, welcome to the DATAcated show.
Hello, Chef Kate. Thank you very much for having me in the show. This is the first time ever I combine data, evangelism, and food. So we will be able today to learn a lot about commonalities between these two or three aspects of life.
Yes, I'm super excited, and I already see some folks in the audience. Yeah, definitely let us know where you're tuning in from. I see we have some hashtag data chefs coming in already. Scott Taylor is hungry, so good to see that. Yes, if you're hungry and if you want to follow along with the recipe after the live show is over, there's a link in the description of this post that shows you where to sign up. If you sign up within the next day or so, I'm going to follow up with the recipe and recording if you wanted to follow along and make what you were making. And on that note, Chef Laurent, let us know, what are we making today?
Well, first, I would say that I was really impressed by you making the cover page of Healthy Data, the magazine Scott shared.
That wasn't me. Yeah,
With
that was Scott Taylor. That was all
Yeah, it's
him.
Scott Taylor who made it, who made this up. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
really nice.
amazing. I'm still impressed. I was just like, how did you do this?
With the right kitchen on top. So it
Yes.
was really nice. So what are we going to prepare today? I'm a big fan of pastas. I'm a big fan of shrimp. I'm a big fan of garlic. So we'll prepare some creamy lemon shrimp pastas with parsley, with garlic, with parmigiano, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning. So we'll go through this entire recipe and enjoy some delicious food at the end.
Yes, so I'm assuming you've made this before.
No, it will be the first time I'm making this recipe,
Okay.
and I made it and found it especially for you, Kate, and for this one of a kind show. So yeah, I hope I will not make any mistake during the preparation.
It's okay. It's okay. We're live. We're meant to make mistakes. I love this. Okay, I'm just looking into the comments. So we've got Rakhana saying she's in the United States. It's lunchtime here on the East Coast for me as well. It's 12 p.m. for me. Where are you based? You're in Belgium, right?
I'm based in Belgium. It's 6 p.m. here, so it's the right time for dinner. We are probably yeah, a few thousand miles away from each other, but the timing is perfect.
Yes, you'll have a good lunch. I'll have a good dinner, and we've got folks saying they're extremely hungry. We better get cooking. We'll start. We'll start in just a minute. I wanted to just let folks know, if you want to participate in the giveaway, we are giving away some Data Galaxy swag, like this T-shirt here, and we're giving away some dedicated aprons. So all you have to do to participate is just type in hashtag data into any of the platforms that you're tuning in from, and we're going to announce a winner about halfway through the show and another winner towards the end of the show. And good luck to everybody. So Monica says, let's get cooking. I agree. Let's
Yeah.
get cooking. And before we get our hands on all the ingredients, Lauren, I want you to just tell the audience a bit about yourself, about Data Galaxy, and we'll get right into it.
Okay, so I'm Laurent. I'm the chief, not chef, but chief evangelist at DataGalaxy. I joined them 3 years back, and at DataGalaxy, in fact, we are software editor. We are making what we call the data knowledge workplace, so data cataloging for the business by the business, so we can bring value to the organizations to understand their data assets, scanning all their IT infrastructure, manage the content, and bring classification and data governance aspects, and share, of course, because this is the most important part, share the information back with the people so they can not only leverage the available data, but they can also collaborate around these data items. So this is what we are doing at DataGalaxy. And prior joining DataGalaxy, I spent many years on the other side of the fence, working as a consultant for Bearing Point, for Cognizant, where I implemented many of the existing competitors' solutions internationally.
Great. Well, I'm glad to hear that we're able to do this here today. So you mentioned we're making creamy lemon shrimp pasta, and I think it's fair to start with the ingredients. And I'd love for you to take it away. Tell us about the ingredients. I'm going to talk about mine. You're going to talk about yours, and let's talk about how this also relates to. Oh, look, data down, data down.
Yeah. Well, we lost one data.
Missing data. Missing data is dangerous, people.
Yeah. So if we look at the data and the ingredients, for me, it's also one of the reasons why, well, I'm passionate about food. I really enjoy cooking. I'm operating in Belgium a cooking club, so we meet with friends on a regular basis, once a month or every 6 weeks, and we cook all together as friends because I think really cooking is a kind of a common denominator across people. I rarely find someone who doesn't like food, so
Yes.
it's an important aspect. And also, when I decided, yeah, probably a year and a half back, to post on LinkedIn on a regular basis, I was thinking, okay, what would be the approach, the angle? I said, but why don't I create the data governance kitchen? Because when you compare food, I mean, data is exactly the same. You have raw data, which are our ingredients. Then you need to store, prepare, transfer, make your dish, and present it to the customer. And same goes for the data. Same goes with the data. You also need to make sure that you know what you have of hand and how to transform, how to serve it, and also for people to be able to understand how you prepared your data, where it's coming from, was it stored in healthy conditions or not. And I think the parallel between the two is the perfect approach.
Yes, absolutely. And I think you mentioned tools in that intro, and I think one of our most important tools when we're preparing food is our hands. And I think we need to make sure to avoid dirty data. We're gonna have to make
Yeah,
sure we wash our
then
hands. This is
let's wash our hands.
this is step one, everybody, of the
This
cooking
is step
show.
one,
We
and then
start by
we will of course discuss about the ingredients themselves, but also the tooling, because I mean our ETL approach will be by using knives, spoons, whisks, and things like that. So, but I suggest we start with the raw ingredients, maybe.
yes, I'll follow
Okay,
your
well
lead.
then we said we would prepare some lemon creamy shrimp pasta. So of course we need shrimps, raw shrimps,
Got my shrimp. Okay,
and then some heavy cream. Maybe you don't see it here, heavy cream.
heavy cream.
And of course, we can already see some differences between you and I, because my shrimps were in the fridge and they were already peeled.
Mine are peeled, but they're tail on, so I will have to remove the tail
Yeah. But
for
you
the
can
shrimp.
keep the tail. I mean, it doesn't mean that the taste will change. So it's up to you to decide if
That's
you keep the
true.
tail or not. What else do we need? We need lemons
Lemons.
here.
Okay, we actually have a question about that in the chat already. What if you don't like lemon? What do we do? What do we do if the audience does not like lemon? Our stakeholders don't like a piece of data. They don't like pie charts. What are we doing?
Maybe we gathered the requirements wrong.
Yeah.
So, well, you can either maybe replace by more garlic, have a bit of ginger that can also help. And if you also want a specific taste, maybe a bit of how do you call it? Pomelo juice. You know, it's the mix between orange and you say pamplemousse.
Okay.
Pamplemousse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Susan, you'll just have to eat
It
mine with
can.
a lemon. Susan, stop being
Yeah.
picky. Eat the lemon.
So you can always substitute ingredients depending on your taste or allergies. You might be allergic to shrimps or
True.
seafood.
Yes.
You can replace just by fish or tofu. Grilled tofu can also be a nice approach.
Okay.
So what do we
What's next?
need uh, as well is butter. So we
Butter.
said
Okay, let's see your butter.
roughly
I've got mine here.
yeah,
Okay.
three tablespoons. We
Mm-hmm.
also need 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Mine, yours is all prepared and measured out. Mine is all
Yeah,
very raw
mine is all
ingredients.
prepared. That's what we call the mise en place from a French term, but it's also used in English. It's the
Yes.
way you prepare everything in the morning in your kitchen to be ready for the lunch rush, and you don't have to prepare everything from scratch as you receive the orders. What else do we need? We need a cup of freshly grated Parmesan Parmigiano.
Mine is freshly
Exactly.
shaved.
Oh,
Hopefully
no,
that
it's here.
works. Okay.
I made a mistake. It's here. And then we need some flour, flour.
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 Yep, I have a whole thing
Flour.
of
Sorry for my
flour here.
pronunciation.
Okay.
We also need some white wine.
White
Yeah,
wine. So I hope this works. It's a bottle of
half a cup.
Chardonnay.
Yeah. Okay. I have
Susan,
here
for you. Yes.
a glass.
Okay.
We need some garlic cloves, about 6 of them,
Okay, I've got the whole garlic thing
which
here.
are already prepared.
Okay.
We need some Italian seasoning, which I made myself.
I'm
Need
improvising
some.
with a 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's. Okay, let's go.
Okay, okay.
It smelled really good, so hopefully that works.
We need
I've got
some parsley. Yeah,
so I've got some
a bunch of parsley.
fresh
And
unwashed
there is
parsley
never
here.
enough parsley. In fact, yeah.
I made a post yesterday and people said I have too much, so let's see how much of this we can use today.
And of course, we need pastas.
Yes, I've got this fresh made pasta here that I'll be using.
Okay,
Nice and
I
soft.
have
Okay.
capellinis on my side, and then some salt and pepper to
Yes, salt and pepper I've got
for the
behind me.
flavor.
We'll be using that throughout the cooking.
Okay. Then we need a couple of tools. We need a lemon zester, which will help.
Check.
Okay, check. Okay. We need a knife.
Okay, got the knife.
Okay, check. Uh, I have a kind of a wooden spoon to stir the sauce.
I'll use one of these spatulas. Okay.
Okay, spatula. And then we need a whisk.
Yes, I've got my highly mechanical spinning whisk here that
Yeah,
spins when
and I
you
have
press it.
2 different ones. One for the higher pans and one for flat pans. So I will be using the one for flat pans.
Okay.
And the sharpener, so we can really
So
sharpen our
sharpening your
knife.
knife, that's like the equivalent of upgrading your software once in a while, right?
Yeah, it's how you upgrade your software and have always the last release of the features. And I have a regular knife and some teaspoons just in case.
Okay. Oh, I think I also
Okay,
have
so
a cup and a teaspoon measurer in terms of tools.
yeah,
My only
great.
other tools here.
And what did we forget? We have the pasta, the shrimps, the lemon, the butter, the olive oil, the garlic, the wine. the cream, seasoning, we have flour, we have salt and pepper, we have Parmigiano, and we have parsley. So we are ready to start.
We are ready. Before we start, Susan just says we need to be careful with the knives because she wants to make sure nobody stabs the stakeholders.
And we all need our 10 fingers.
Yes, yes. So let's just briefly talk about the importance of tools, right? If we didn't have a knife, how difficult would this recipe be? Or if we didn't have a lemon zester, is it still possible? What's the
Uh,
significance of the tools here with data?
in fact, like managing your data,
Yeah,
let's speak because our knives is a kind of our ETN. We'll use one part of the data, we'll slice it or aggregate it and move it to another recipient.
yeah,
Of course, we can cook without the lemon zester or without the knife. But imagine cutting your garlic with your spoon. I mean, you can still do it, but it will take way more time.
yeah,
So it goes the same with your data. Either you have a, I would say, a best of breed ETL type of platform, or you extract everything into Excel, and then someone will start joining information in another tab of your Excel sheet, and then load this Excel sheet into your target system with, of course, plenty of opportunities for human mistake and human error. So
yeah.
it's important to have the right tool to do the right thing and avoid mistakes and avoid, in fact, data quality issues. Because if we cook our pastas and we just leave the garlic clove full in the pastas, when you will eat it, the taste will not be good. So
Right.
if you don't prepare your data properly, of course, when you will display on the dashboard, for instance, you will have wrong numbers and something will not be good. So
Yeah,
that's the type of parallel or comparison we can make
yeah.
between having the right data tools and the right tools in your kitchen.
Yes, and Scott's just adding ETL or EAT, right?
Or
ET
yes, ETL, ELT, E
no,
whatever.
EAT. He said
Yeah,
EAT. So eat.
EAT. Yeah. It's just to be sure that we are not. How did he say? Idiot? Or for the new year, he had all this something, and I need to find it back. But he had a nice term to show that people could really be tech, but also be stupid at some point in time. Okay,
All right. I follow your lead.
so
You are the head chef here. Go for it. I do what you say.
okay, well, then we will start preparing the garlic. So,
Okay.
and you also have to decide if you are peel your shrimps or not.
Yes, I'm going to peel the shrimp.
Okay, then you remove the peel, and we will prepare our six cloves of garlic.
Okay. 6 cloves coming right up. So, and I'm going to use actually one tool I didn't show yet. I have this very handy garlic slicer. So you put a piece of garlic in here, you snap it. I don't have to actually slice it, but I do have to peel
So
it.
we can consider that from a garlic standpoint, you move to the modern data stack.
Yep.
And from my point of view, I'm still legacy with my knife and my hands.
I love that's a great one. Okay, I'm going to take my modern data stack and get my garlic in. Just checking in
Okay.
the comments. While we're doing that, Ravid had a question. He's asking, what's the easiest thing about cooking and the most difficult thing about cooking?
Uh, the most easiest thing is, in fact, you can find any recipe and prepare it. I would say you don't have to be a chef to make a dish.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a smart website with uh, recipes, you can simply follow the recipe. Now, the hardest part is to bring your twist and your flavor to the dish, or also, and this is based on years of experience in cooking also on my side, is, in fact, I have a couple of ingredients in my fridge. I just open the fridge and say, okay, I will pick this, and that. And I
Mm-hmm.
know that it will go well together and the result will be nice. So that's, in fact, for me, like any job or any passion, is experience which makes things easier. In fact, because you know
Right.
exactly when I prepare some sauce, I don't need the recipe. I know exactly how to make the sauce. So that's really for me the hardest thing. But at my old age, I have this this experience.
Yeah, I think for me, the most difficult thing is finding what I think my kids will eat, my husband will eat. Like, what do they actually want? Identifying that, because um, picky eaters and sometimes diet preferences, right? And I think the easiest thing is eating. It's I actually
Yeah,
don't think cooking is that difficult. Once you've identified what you want to make, and you sort of, especially now, you can just Google or ask ChatGPT for a recipe based on the ingredients you have. Especially once you have access to those recipes, like the ingredients, like you mentioned, it's pretty
yeah.
straightforward. You just have to have some patience, trust the process, which sometimes I don't, because I like to speed things up, and I'm like, do we really need to cool this for an hour in the fridge, or can I just, eat it right now? So
Yeah, but you know, it's also the same with your data.
yeah,
Managing data is, I would say, it's not that difficult, but it's how you understand which data you have, which ingredients you have, and how you prepare your data. Because it's clear that data quality is one of the biggest issues within a lot of organizations. And why? It's because, I mean, garbage in, garbage out,
yeah,
unfortunately. So if you prepare a dish with low quality ingredients or outdated ingredients, of course the result will not be good. And then
right.
cooking goes the same. If you don't use fresh ingredients, of course the result will be totally
Oh yeah, I mean, fresh ingredients or the right ingredients is extremely important. So I've got my
different.
garlic processed. I'm just gonna go ahead and handle my shrimp business, because I I I don't like the tail. I mean, what do you normally do with the tail for your shrimp?
No, unless unless these are you know you have also some of the very big shrimps.
Oh, like the
Um,
cocktail shrimp where you dip it in the sauce.
yeah, even bigger. You know, you have some which are about that big.
Yeah.
Then you cook them with the skin, in fact, because
Oh, okay.
it's all crispy and it gives a taste to the shrimp itself.
Yeah, Susan says we need
Okay.
to know the source of your ingredients and your data. So where is it coming from? Is this coming from a
That's
reputable source?
that's very important
Yeah.
because like operating a kitchen. You know, every morning you have the delivery truck come in,
Mm-hmm.
dumping raw ingredients, and of course you will not store your fish like you store your can of tomatoes, for instance. Some can be simply stored on the shelf in the kitchen, but the other needs to go in a temperature controlled environment with a fridge or a freezer.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part. What is also important, you know, I will pick here. This is the glass of wine. But if you just look at the glass, this is raw data. You don't know if it's wine. You don't know if it's a chemical or if it's just water. So that's
Yeah.
where metadata is playing a very important role. And the label you have on products gives you the context of your raw data. That's something which is very important for us at DataGalaxy, and I think also within the data governance world, is
Yeah.
of course we all have raw data, but if you can't contextualize your data, if you don't know where it's coming from, the length of your column, for instance, or the type of your column, you will apply the wrong data management principles, and the result will not be good. So that's very important
Yeah.
to have this initial step at the source managed well to ensure quality down the line up to the preparation of your dish.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, metadata, extremely important. That's why my wine is labeled and you can clearly see what's
Yep.
in there. It's described as buttery, indulgent, and creamy. So we've got some labels on there. We know what it is. We know it's not some random chemical. But on that point of raw data, I wanted to just talk briefly about that because if we took any piece of our raw data, like let's say my butter, and I just straight up ate butter or flour or lemon by itself, it's not as good as it hopefully will be for both of us at the end
Yeah.
of our process here. So talk a bit about the importance of not just looking at one type of data and that data combination.
In fact, even if we are talking about data governance, I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of also about the ETL process in general is how you identify the right ingredient, the quantity of that ingredient, and how you can mix it, and also at what moment in time you need to bring the different ingredients together. So
Mm-hmm.
the recipe is, of course, very important, uh, or you have the knowledge and you know exactly. But I'm doubting that if you're managing an entire GCP data lake, that you know the recipe for all the data available. So you need to define this recipe
Mm-hmm.
with the business, with the stakeholders. So you know exactly where to pick your data, when to pick your data, how to aggregate them together to make sure that the result will be tasty, of course, and also that the integrity of what you produce is maintained. Because you can mix tons of ingredients, it will look nice, but at the end the taste will not be that good. So it's important to describe everything step
Yeah.
by step, and that's where the data catalog and the data knowledge workplace plays a big role because this is the cookbook of your organization. So you know
Mm-hmm.
exactly which type of ingredients you have, where they are stored, which shelf, which fridge, and also in terms of stock rotation, which one you need to pick, because
Yeah.
you need fresh data. In warehouse management, you have the FIFO approach, first in, first out. So you need to make sure that you rotate your goods to avoid running after the new consumption date.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all these principles needs to be documented somewhere, and your data catalog, of course, will help big time in understanding this, in putting the right labels. Maybe you have in your storage all the ingredients for the Monday dish of the day, and then for the Tuesday, and for so on. So not only that you have the metadata on the product itself with the label, but you can
Yeah.
also put additional labels on your raw ingredients.
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to talk a bit more about that, but there was a very important question here from Susan. She wants to see the difference between the two shrimp. So the size difference.
Well,
So
that's about the size.
okay, they look the same.
Yeah, they look the same.
They look the same, Susan. Yes, because you
I
mentioned
hope
the
Susan
fact that we
feels
need to follow
reassured
that.
about
Oh,
the shrimp.
sorry, go ahead. What'd you say?
No, no, I said I hope Susan feels reassured about the size of the shrimp and the difference between Belgium and
She
US.
her theory was that the US was bigger. So it's not, Susan. Sorry. We do have bigger shrimp, but I just picked whatever I found.
Not
So
everything is bigger in the US. There
yeah,
is no American size.
maybe in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, yeah, in Texas, definitely. The
So
shrimps are about that big.
I wanted to note
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
importance of getting rid of I guess unnecessary data so they're not taking up space. So here's my unnecessary tail of the shrimp. So I'm going to toss that so it's not taking up storage. It's not throwing off the good data. So now we have more space, cleaning up your station, making sure that we are ridding of any unnecessary materials. So I know you've got your water on the pan. I'm gonna put mine on, and then we go to the next step. You
Yeah,
could
and then
tell everyone the next step while I get the water going.
okay. Well, the next step will be we will warm up our cooking pans. Then we will also prepare the lemon zest, and then we will put everything into the pan. So butter and olive oil to start. Warm everything up. Put the lemon juice and zest, the garlic, the white wine, the cream, and the seasoning into the cooking pan, and then let it. I would say cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So that's where now we can use our lemon zester.
All right. Let's get my lemon zester. I'm gonna wash the lemon. All my ingredients are very uncleaned and very raw.
Yeah, I washed my ingredients prior the prior the show.
Yeah. So while we do that, Dan is talking about how recipes can be a bit tricky with varying measurements, metric, imperial units. Um, so there's a data lesson in there as well. That's true because, you know, in the recipe that you sent over, it asked for 8 ounces of pasta. And
Yeah.
my pasta says it contains, let me see, 3 servings of a cup and a quarter of pasta. So, you know, how do we translate that to ounces?
And mine states 500 grams.
Yeah, so
But
data inconsistencies here.
yeah, well, I think that's normal in the real world
Yeah,
because not everything will be harmonized when you receive the data. It's just a
yeah.
matter of at the source identifying the type of data you have. And let's say birth dates or dates are a pretty common. Susan will probably confirm total mess in many organizations. Uh,
Yeah.
because some are European based, day, month, year, over 2 digits each. And then US, you will have year and then month and then date, but maybe years with 4 digits. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can identify at the source what type of data and which format it has, of course, it makes things easier and you avoid mistake during the transformation.
Yeah.
And during the transformation, probably you need to decide what will be the end format within your organization. And then based on this end format, you will have to apply the right transformation when extracting the data to make sure that when it enters the pipe, you don't generate data quality issues or wrong data.
Yes, absolutely. And okay, quick question on the lemon, and then this is for the folks at home who are going to try this later. So I've got the zest of the lemon. Do I put the
Yes,
juice in the same container as the zest?
yes, because we will put everything in the pan, so
Got it.
you can put everything together.
Okay. So I'm going to use my next tool, which is a lemon squeezer. What tool are you using to get your lemon juice out, huh?
Okay, and then for my lemon juice, I will use the most handy device, which will be my hands.
You know, that really is the most important tool because you mentioned trying to slice garlic with a spoon. And yeah, we could probably manage it if we try hard enough, but try doing some of this without your hands and you're going to be out of luck.
Probably, probably the hands are the Excel of data. You know,
Yeah.
Excel is everywhere. So it's your Excel.
Yes. And for those watching in the audience, what would you say is your favorite tool to use in the kitchen besides your hands, besides Excel? And also with data, would be interesting to know what folks are using. Oh, look, I see Lee has the same lemon juicer as me. See, it really gets all the juice out. It's I wonder if we can compare who got the most lemon juice out of their lemons today. I also got a pit. So sometimes we do get bad data because I got a lemon pit in there.
Yeah.
We need to remove that bad data.
It will also probably happen on my side. Maybe we need to warm up the water, boil the water, and warm up the
The
cooking pan.
water I started and then the pan as well, right?
Okay, yeah, great. So we
Okay.
can pour the butter in the pan.
butter in the pan. So 3 tablespoons. I've measured out 3 tablespoons there.
Okay, then we can also pour the olive oil.
The olive
Do
oil,
you
yes.
know why we put olive oil and butter?
I do not. Please educate me. I do that sometimes, but I don't know why.
Okay, because the butter turns black and burns at I think 180 degrees Celsius, and the
Okay.
olive oil burns at a higher temperature, so it avoids the butter to turn black.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. We're not going to have a thermometer in our, well, I don't think I have one in my kitchen. I'm not sure
No,
about you.
we don't need one. Okay, so let's make, and in fact, there is also a term in cooking. Uh, you can pour the rest of the ingredients when your butter sings, in fact, because you
Hmm.
will hear the noise of the bubbles and the the and when it sings, then we can put the rest of the ingredients. So it will be uh, the lemon zest, the lemon juice, the garlic, the wine, the cream, and the seasoning.
Okay. Interesting. By the way, we got some responses to the favorite tool question. I'm going to
Okay,
save my
good.
favorite for last. So we've got a mandolin slicer. There's an egg beater. Surab says he likes Power BI for data viz and an apple cutter for the kitchen. And Susan's favorite is the microwave. So
It's not the most sophisticated tool, but it's a highly efficient tool.
it's probably the most used in the US. So
I think my boy who's 20 is now living alone, and the microwave is the most important device in the kitchen. In fact,
oh my goodness. Well, before we go on to the next step, we're about halfway through the show, so I'm going to go ahead and announce
yeah.
our first winner. So just a quick reminder for folks playing out there, it's hashtag DataChefs in order to play. What you can win is either an apron that I'm wearing right now, the DataCated apron, or we've got DataGalaxy t-shirt that you can win. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this right now. Good luck, everybody. Also, if you are the winner here, simply send me a message on LinkedIn and I will make sure to get back to you. Okay, Monica, congratulations. Just send me a note on LinkedIn and I'll make sure you get a giveaway. We'll do one more of these towards the end of the show. So stay tuned and hashtag DataChef to continue playing. All right, Chef, what's next?
Okay. So next, we pour the garlic, the lemon zest, the lemon juice, and 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 and, and the Italian seasoning.
Okay, got it. My garlic going in. Did your butter sing to you yet?
Yes,
Okay, good.
we have we have a data whisperer in the show. I also have a butter whisperer in my kitchen.
Of course you do. So, all right. Oh, you said and the seasoning. So the seasoning, few dashes, 2 dashes. Got it. So 2 dashes can mean different things to different people. I'm just gonna
Yeah, for me, it would
season
be
it.
yes, depending on the size of your hands, maybe.
Yep.
And then yeah, but another important aspect about cooking and data preparation is to sample your data
Mm,
as you go through the process. You need to sample your food and your preparation, and by sampling, I mean tasting, making sure that you have enough seasoning from the Italian seasoning, salt and butter. So it's a way to make sure that the quality of the outcome will be nice.
so that's similar to, I guess, data sampling, making sure the data quality
Absolutely.
and everything is working properly.
Did you also put your white wine into the pan?
Oh, not yet. No.
Okay.
So did you sample your wine? Is that what you're asking?
We can, of course, sample the wine.
So let's see, we need half a cup. Okay, half a cup of wine. So we're putting that in as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Wine going in. By the way, those in the audience, if you've got questions on data governance or on what we're cooking, feel free to jump in here. I see there's somebody says the sampling is definitely my favorite part of cooking. So as I'm actually not a fan because I like to sit down when everything is ready. I'll sometimes take a bite, like maybe the Parmesan cheese or something quick, but I wait for the big moment of reveal, even if it's me cooking, so I can really enjoy it. But I know some people sample the whole time, and then by the time they're ready to eat, they're barely hungry.
But when I'm cooking at home or cooking for friends, my most favorite part is really the cooking part. Is being in the kitchen,
Yeah,
preparing everything, serving it, and then seeing people enjoying the dish. I
yeah,
when I have friends at home or when we organize parties, I really don't enjoy eating at that specific moment because it's too much of a rush.
yeah.
I enjoy more on the next day, but there seeing it's my reward. I mean, seeing people
Hmm.
enjoying the meal is really the reward.
Yeah, my brother likes that. He does a lot of outdoor cooking, so he'll do, make the fire. There's just this
Yeah,
meat and rice dish from back home, my traditional dish, and he enjoys the whole process. He barely eats. Like he focuses so much on
the
actual cooking.
when you because there are a couple of camps there. When you barbecue, is it wooden or wood-based barbecue? Is it gas? Is it
It's
charcoal? Is
not
it
gas. No, it's wood. It's wood. It's in the forest
it's wood?
usually, in the middle of the forest, or whatever wood you find. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do a little video walkthrough so show what we're doing here. Okay, I'll take you guys to the stove. So here's the pot of not yet boiling water, and here is the simmering butter, olive oil, garlic, seasoning, and white wine.
Same happens on my side. The
Okay.
pan is reducing and then the water is boiling. And then we'll also take the opportunity to prepare the parsley, maybe.
Okay, I need to wash my parsley. I saved everything for this moment. I did not want to prepare without the audience. So, how much
Okay.
parsley would you say? Let's see, is this enough?
Uh, well, I would probably do a bit more.
Okay, a bit more.
I suggest that we put some in the sauce when it's ready, and then some at the end as decoration on top of the plate.
Okay, I'll just quickly go ahead and wash this and all right. This is fun. We should do this more often. You
Yeah,
know, the
yeah,
best part is my lunch will be made by the end of this. This is
yeah, yeah. But
um
people will enjoy more the food than the data itself. So it's not.
yeah, right. We actually do have a data governance question here from the audience.
Yeah,
I'll read it out. So Sorab's asking, what is the biggest data governance mistake to avoid?
I would say not knowing what you prepare and for whom.
Hmm.
So quite often when we work with organizations to implement data governance and data cataloging, uh, having or not having the business around the table, which are your end consumers, which will be sitting at the table and enjoying your dish. If you don't have them during your data governance implementation, in fact, you will miss and you will prepare wrong data, or you will prepare a dish and no one will consume your dish. So if you don't, from scratch, have your business around the table, you will miss big time your goal. But what
Hmm.
it means as well having the business, It means that the business will be able to express their requirements. So they will tell you what they want to eat and how they want to eat. Do they want to eat raw fish? Do they want to eat shrimp pastas? Do they want to eat a dessert? So if you don't know that, how can you expect to prepare the right data for them? So in terms of best practice instead of mistake, I would say have the business with you since day one. Ask them their needs, their pain, their challenges, and then so they can express their use case and you can deliver and show the value of data governance and data cataloging to the business and have this, I would say, adoption of the initiative and collaboration loop in the company. So it's not easy. I mean, it takes a bit of time to become a data governance cook
Yeah.
or chef. And usually the data governance chef in organizations are the CDOs because they operate the data restaurant in many of the organizations and they help making the link between business users, um, strategy, management, technical part, IT. They are
Mm-hmm.
really orchestrating everything. So they are the chef in the data governance kitchen, but like also any kitchen, any restaurant. I mean, these guys they don't work alone. They need to have a team. They have a team focusing on dessert. They have a team focusing on starters. They have a team focusing on main dish, on sauce. Even if you go to high-end restaurants, very high-star rated, you almost have a chef for each type of dish you have in your organization or
Mm-hmm.
in your restaurant, in your menu. So it's really how you coordinate. You can coordinate everything. But yeah, back to the topic. Having the business, knowing what you have to prepare for who and which kind is very important.
So just a quick follow-up question, following this cooking analogy, what if the business does not think they need data governance? They're simply not hungry. They don't understand the value. How do you make them hungry? How do you portray the value of data governance and sort of how do you get that buy-in?
Uh, again, if you operate your data restaurant uh,
Yep.
and you're, let's say, you're downtown New York, you have restaurants everywhere. So what will make things different for you than for the others? Same goes in your organization. What will it make to me as a business if I'm involved in data governance? In fact, is for me are two things. The one is what challenges you have and how we
Mm-hmm.
can help you overcoming these challenges. But this comes through a lot of discussion, communication, evangelism, because if you force data governance, of course, it will never work. And the second part is also making sure that your management, your senior leadership, your stakeholders gives you the mandate, the authority, the budget, and the resources to execute, in fact. Because you can have a restaurant owner telling the chef, okay, now you operate 100 seats restaurant, but you're alone. Of course, you
Yeah.
will fail. Of course. So
Yes.
you need really to have this bottom up, top bottom approach and bottom up approach from the business and
Mm-hmm.
having a lot of communication. I mean, it's advertising in newspaper, it's a Facebook page for the restaurant. So people will understand what will be the benefit if I go there. And
Right.
same for data governance.
Thank you. All right. So I wanted to show my progress so far. We've got the water boiling, and now we've got this sort of crisping up and
Yeah.
caramelizing, browning, whatever you want to call that. So what's next? What do we do?
Okay. So now we will pour. Did I make the mistake? Uh, Meanwhile, so butter, dessert, the lemon, the garlic, the white wine. Yeah, we need to pour the cream into
Whipping
the
cream. Let's get it. All right.
whipping cream.
And how much of that do we need again? Let's see. One
Whipping
cup.
cream, 1 cup.
Okay. Let's go ahead. That was a good question, Sarah, by the way.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest challenge in an organization where we quite often deal with the IT part of the organization stating, okay, we need to take care of the data because
Mm-hmm.
there is no appetite on the business side to work with us. But yeah, you need to create that appetite, which is one of the toughest part of data governance.
What are you doing?
I
Salt,
also put a
pepper
bit of
already?
I put a bit of salt and pepper,
Okay.
and then
I do like the black pepper, so and I'll add some salt. Okay.
yeah.
So, by the way, can you guys smell it? It smells really good.
So one important step is the data sampling. So we need to check if the seasoning is right and
Okay.
taste the sauce.
You have a special tasting spoon, or are you going with your wooden spoon?
No, I picked teaspoon.
Teaspoon, okay.
Uh, Also something different, maybe in the US and in Europe. In fact, in Europe, we don't use teaspoon, we use coffee spoon.
Coffee spoon, okay. Interesting. I'm going to use this guitar shiny spoon for
Ah,
my
yeah.
tasting to make it even more fun. Okay. How does yours taste?
I miss a bit of salt, okay, and a bit of
Oh, it's pretty good. Um,
okay.
okay,
Time is
got
running
it.
by.
I know. All right, what's next? I'll go to more
Okay, then
questions after we do the next step.
uh, now we need to stir the Parmesan cheese continuously with the sauce, medium heat frequently. Sauce should be thickened by now. Okay, we need to put the flour.
The flour. Okay, so I'm gonna put the
Okay, so
flour.
you need to pour it slowly,
Okay,
otherwise it will create a big
two teaspoons. Got it.
big
I'll make
mess.
sure to
Okay,
put that in slowly.
and it will
And what's the
slowly
importance
thicken.
of, following the directions in the steps, step by step? Like, what happens if we go in
But
the wrong order?
if you go, well, now it depends on which data you prepare, on which dish you prepare. Uh, for instance, if you try to make a cake and bake a
Mm-hmm.
cake or do some pastry, the ingredients order is very important because you have also chemical reactions which are happening between ingredients, and if you pour the wrong one at the wrong time, you will totally miss the point. Now, um, uh, also if you pour all the ingredients at the same time, you might overcook some of the ingredients and then undercook the others. So that's why following the right order is very important. So you
Mm-hmm.
make sure that each ingredient is cooked and prepared and tasted and tasting like it should in the recipe.
By the way, I know I said I didn't like sampling, but after trying a little bit of that sauce, it's very motivating to keep going and keep cooking this
Yeah,
because
let's
I
keep
can
cooking.
taste it. Did you add your
Now,
cheese yet?
uh, stir. Yeah, we need to add the cheese. I would add half of the. We said one big cup. I would add half in the sauce and then keep half for the presentation at the end.
Okay,
Okay.
I like cheese, so I might go a little bit more in the
Right.
sauce.
Now it's also based on your taste. I mean, do
Mm-hmm.
people? Some people do like it very spicy, mild, or not spicy at all. There is no pepper, no Tabasco, for instance, in this recipe, but you can, of course, add some if you like it spicy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, got my cheese
Okay.
in there.
your cheese in
No.
there. You need to stir it a bit to make it melt, and then we will add the shrimps to the preparation.
Okay. And then the
Okay,
pasta?
and then is the water boiling on your side?
My water is boiling, yes.
Okay, but then let's put everything in there. It will take probably 4 minutes,
Okay. So the shrimp
45.
and the pasta?
The shrimp and the pasta. Yep, pasta
Okay.
right.
Okay. Pasta's going in.
Okay, so I probably made a little mistake with my uh, flour. I put a bit too much in my cooking pan, so I will add a bit of water.
Okay. Is it just too thick for you?
It's too thick.
So I'll do a little demonstration. So here's the pasta. I'm going to start getting it in there. And I'm going to mix this right now. The consistency of the sauce is looking okay for me.
Yeah, okay. And then when the pastas will be ready, don't drain the pastas. Well, at least that's the way I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drain the pastas, but just pick with the tongue the pastas and put them in a plate, and then put the sauce on top. So you keep the moisture within the pasta.
Okay, so you don't mix the pasta with the sauce, so you put the sauce on top?
Well, my cooking pan is not big enough if I put all the pastas, so I will put the pastas
Ah,
in. I have a big
okay.
here, a big plate. I have a big plate here, and then I will put the
Okay, I
pastas.
have a big one too. We're prepared.
Yeah,
Well,
we need to
I'm gonna,
chop the parsley. I forgot to
yeah.
do it.
Oh, I chopped mine. We're not throwing it in yet, right?
No,
Okay. Oh, this is smelling so good. I should do this every day. Say I know what to make every day.
we can have a daily webinar event
Yeah,
on cooking with data.
yeah, cooking with data, exactly. And then we can have the audience suggest like what do we make next? We can make dessert.
Now,
This is
now I
fun.
have a question for you, Kate.
Yes.
What is the importance of uh, color in your plate? Because I think that you wrote a book about colors in data visualization.
Yes, yes. So I wrote a book
Why is it
with,
important to have colors?
yeah, so in the book, Color Wise, I talk a lot about how color is important, intentional use of color is important for proper data storytelling, data visualization. And I think, as you mentioned in the beginning, this eating is a full sensory experience where it's not just the taste, it's also the presentation, it's the smell. And the role that color plays here is in the presentation when we have something that just, if you picture some greenish, brownish, bland color and it's sort of just munched up, it doesn't look very appetizing to most people, right? I'm
Yeah,
generalizing here. But a lot of times if you start mixing in a pop of color, like even a little purple flower, slice of lemon, some parsley, chopped cilantro, whatever you're using, it actually makes you want to eat that more. Just like in data visualization, if you're looking at a chart and you want to bring your attention to something, using color effectively to bring the audience's attention to either highlight or alert a piece of data. Color is just very useful for all those purposes.
yeah, and we tend to say here that when you go to the restaurant and you're about to enjoy a dish, you eat first with your eyes, in fact.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
I actually,
how your plate is set up and what type of colors you have and the ingredients which will make the difference.
yes, I recently went to a dinner with my friend and it was a 10-course meal where each meal has a story and the plating is just incredible. And yes, they do use color very well, but it just makes the whole experience very overpriced, I would say, because the portions are tiny, but it comes with a story. Yeah, Sarab is adding that colors, it makes it more appealing, clear visualizations. I definitely agree.
Okay. So we're about to serve the pastas and the dish.
Okay,
Are your
wait, we're
pastas
not
cooked?
putting the parsley in the sauce, right?
No, no, no. We'll put it on top.
Okay, we'll put it on top. Okay, my pasta's still. What are you using the whisk for?
Well, I was about to use it to stir the sauce, but in fact, I used my wooden spoon.
Okay, because I also didn't use mine. Okay, I'm actually thinking I might put my pasta into the pan. I do have plenty of room. I just like to have this the sauce really mixed in with the
Mhm.
pasta. So
Okay. Well, let me check if I can have enough space to do it. Yeah, probably yes.
I think that's also maybe a preference. And I'm wondering if I should have put more flour because the sauce is, I
Isn't
think
thick
yours was
enough?
thicker. It's not thick enough. Yeah, let me see yours.
No. Mine is.
Mm. Okay, yeah, okay, mine is a similar consistency. So, ooh, this is exciting. And also we're gonna do that last giveaway, so hashtag data chefs. Okay, I think my pasta's done. But you said don't drain it, just sort
Well,
of
I'm just picking them with
picking with
either
the
with the
tongs.
tongs or with the pasta spoon, which is
Okay.
the right tool, in fact, because it has a kind of it's a kind of fork with holes, so it drains the
Mm-hmm.
water automatically.
Okay. Just doing a show before I start mixing them up. Okay, sorry about that. All right. I really wish I could share this with the audience.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, you can order some. We will vacuum seal them and then send them to you.
Yeah. Who wants pasta? Oh yeah, it's looking really good and it's smelling good. I don't usually work with the lemon zest, and I think that's really adding to the smell here.
Yeah, because this is it concentrates the taste.
Okay, just mixing it all in. You're already plating?
Yeah, well, let's
Oh,
push the camera here. It's real life show.
real life show, yeah. Definitely live. Okay, get my plate, and I tend to add some salt and pepper.
You,
Oh,
you can see the
look at
plate
that.
there. Then
Ooh, that looks
poured
good.
Parmigiano there.
Okay, I'll start plating mine. So, why did you get into cooking? How did that happen?
I always enjoyed it, but it just came, I would say, by accident somehow. Um, I was cooking at home and really, really enjoyed it. And one friend of mine opened a cooking club. I said, why not? Why not? And I did the same, and since then enjoyed cooking every day.
Wow, good.
You can see the result here. Of course, we kept a bit of the parsley for the, or we kept the parsley for decoration, and then I put the Parmigiano and a couple of slices of lemon just for the color.
Wow, I love it. Yours is looking really good. I'm going to reveal mine in a second. I need to get some sliced lemon in there. We're going to have to take photos of this and upload it so people can vote which dish they want. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm almost done.
And also
Okay.
one last part is the wine pairing. Um,
Ah, the wine
of
pairing.
course,
Hold on. I have to get the
it's
glass for that. So, what's the proper wine? Is it the white wine? Oh, I lost him. Chef Laurent. Chef, Chef Laurent had too much wine pairing. What happened?
No, but I had some oil on my mouse. I cleaned the mouse and then clicked close on the window.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Actually, someone had a comment here about your mouse. Let me see. Here, Loic says, love the mouse on the cutting board. Careful not to confuse lemon and with the lemon and burn it. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I'm going to
But
show the final product.
that's the first time ever I have this kind of event. So of course you need to mix cooking and technology because you still need to access your computer, your mouse, and yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay. I'll move things out of the way because I want to show the final creation, okay? Take you with me. Okay. Hopefully you could see that. Here you go. That's my final product.
Okay, I will show mine in a second.
More importantly, yeah, let's show them at the same time. So we've got the wine pairing. Hold on. Oh, I forgot the cheese on top. Hold on. That wasn't final. Hold on. Okay. Pairing with the right technology, which is the fork and knife. There you go.
Nice.
Yes, this was fun. Okay, now we eat and everybody watches, or what?
Well, at least cheers.
Cheers. Wait, don't you need white wine with the shrimp? You got the. You're the chef. Trust the process.
For me, it's more red than white, but I mean, it's again a personal taste, and everyone can decide what they want to drink. So it can also be a beer.
Yes,
So
it could be
it's good.
water for those who
It can
like
be
to stay
water if you want.
hydrated. I see Lee's asking for the recipe. Yes, if you see there's a link in the description. If you just sign up, we're going to email the recipe to everybody who signed up. And oh, nice. Okay, people are liking the dishes. Thank you so much. Who's doing the dishes? Susan. Susan Walsh is gonna come clean the dishes.
It's the dishwasher.
Scott's on the way. So,
Yeah, okay, you can join.
oh yeah, Matt said the pasta water helps to thicken. Yeah, the sauce really got thicker once I've
Yeah.
transferred the pasta in there. So we've plated
Okay.
the food, we've cooked the food, we have to clean, but most importantly is delivering this to the right stakeholders, right? I know you're hungry. I'll let you go in a second. And I think back to your point on knowing your audience, knowing what your stakeholders want. Some people might not like shrimp, so making sure you swap it out for chicken or vegetarian, whatever it is you're doing. And starting with that in mind, you know, cooking journey is very similar to your data journey. Hope you got a lot out of this show. I personally had a blast. So Laurent, thank you so much for doing this
You're
with me. I
welcome.
mean, you took the lead on all
Really
of this,
happy.
so I really appreciate it. It was extremely fun, and hopefully everybody in the audience enjoyed this. So I will also say there is a QR code on the top right that you can scan where you can connect with Laurent on LinkedIn. I know you're very active there on LinkedIn with your data governance
Yeah.
kitchen. So make sure you go ahead and follow. And we do have that final giveaway that I'm going to share my
Yeah.
screen.
I was about to ask. Yeah.
Oh yes, I won't miss that. So again, congrats to Monica. Let's go ahead and draw this again. All right, let's roll it. And the winner is, wait, Monica, you can't win twice. I don't know how that works. I'm gonna have to have a sip of wine for that. Christina, congratulations. I
Okay,
know Christina's in the
Christina.
audience with her mom and her grandma, so shout out to them. Thank you so much for joining and supporting the DataCated and DataGalaxy show today.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation, Kate, and talk to you soon then.
Awesome. All right, stay dedicated, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you all online. Bye.
Bye.